I confronted my husband about housework and he left me.
Not a great response. What the fuck?
It does get happy. Let's get into it.
Okay.
After years and years of fighting about housework, I gave my husband an ultimatum. Get his act together or leave.
I like that he's like, nah, I'm not going to get my act together. I'm just going to fucking leave. What the fuck? I mean, I guess that's what the ultimatum is for, but Jesus.
And to really show yourself.
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
He left. I was not expecting that. But he said it was clear that this ultimatum showed I didn't respect him, that he could never be with a woman who didn't respect him. He moved into the spare room for a few months and then moved out and in with another woman.
Oh, he's been cheating the whole time. That's why.
The speed with which that happened suggests the other woman may not have been a new thing, although he maintains that they were just friends prior to our separation.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure.
Questionable. Apparently, she made a move as soon as he was free, or at least that's his story. My reaction? Whatever. When I met his new girlfriend, rather than feeling resentful or jealous, I just wanted to hug her and thank her for taking him off of my hands.
Hey, thanks for taking a trash out.
he never would, so I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Here's my recycling. You can have it.
Also, she's very pretty, which people seem to think should make me feel worse, but actually kind of makes me feel better. A part of me is like, at least I kept him for a while despite the competition. The property settlement is a little bit more tense, though. I have been the primary income earner and caregiver throughout the relationship, and I will continue to have primary care of the kids. He nonetheless asked for half of everything, citing his future needs and all. I don't know whether he was expecting me to fight or to get angry, but I just agreed. Put the house on the market and sold the shares to give him half, and we're working through some other stuff, mainly because of legal complexity rather than apportionment. I've moved into a 3-bedroom apartment with the kids. I have a dog park down the block, no pool, no yard, nor food on the doorstep, and no need for a car. The kids and I have time to enjoy being together, and without dad around, we kind of get to do our own thing. Kind of wonderful.
Hell yeah.
I feel so guilty for feeling so good. He's the only man I have ever dated, the only man I have ever kissed, and after so many years of marriage, good times and bad, and our beautiful children, I keep thinking I should be hurt. I should cry or scream at least, maybe feel bad. But actually, I feel relieved. And I feel nothing but relief. I do feel a little bad for the kids. Or I put a little. She put bad. Because fuck them kids.
I feel a tad bad. No, they're probably just like, fuck yeah, dad was useless.
Yeah, that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you shouldn't feel too bad. Well, I do feel bad for the kids. Divorced parents are not ideal, and I have to deal with some passing guilt about that. If I'm being honest, not enough to change my mind that this is the right decision. I know my reaction seems strange. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Maybe I was just never invested enough in this relationship to begin with. Maybe I don't really know how to love, but at least I finally know what happiness is, and that's a wonderful thing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you don't know how to love. I just feel like you value yourself in a high regard, and as you should.
Mhm.
And you kind of, I always get pissed off when, people don't like doing their share of the chores because it's like, it's your house too. So why shouldn't you take pride of that?
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me started with it should be like the woman's job to clean the house. No, it's not, bitch. It's fucking your house too.
Yeah.
Do your damn part. So yeah, and I just think I'm glad that OP has this outlook. Because a lot of people, and I wouldn't blame them, because this is your whole life crashing before your eyes. And it's so understandable why people would like fold in these scenarios, or like, people would like have a hard time, because kind of what she said, he was like her first for everything and only for a lot of things. So I'm glad her outlook on life is so positive, because it's only going to go up from here, because you got rid of dead weight, and it seems like your life and whatever life ahead you have with your kids, it's going to be good times from here. So wishing you the best, OP.
Yeah, I like that she sees it like more like life is blossoming than like life is crashing. Like she is, like John said, just the most positive outlook on this thing.
Yeah. I will say the irony of him being like, I won't be with a woman that doesn't respect me, in the process of not respecting your wife enough to clean up after yourself or, do your part of the chores. Like, just really sink in that irony there. I will also, and then the other thing I was going to say, because I agree with everything John said, but just adding on, she mentioned like feeling slightly bad for her, kids. My friends who have divorced parents, I've heard from most of them that it's like, yeah, it's better because then they're not, fighting. Well, they're not fighting, and then like they're happier, like as parents, so they are like as people, so they can be better parents.
Yeah.
So I would say this is probably a better case scenario for your children as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's much better to give them an environment that's like positive vibes rather than like putting them in a
tension.
That is, you're just
setting bad examples.
Yeah, you're setting your kids up for like some like childhood trauma of that shit. It'll be. Yeah, I can't imagine it would be a good example or a good experience to have your parents fighting all the time. Also, the fact that she was like what Josh said, get better or leave. And he's like, I have to leave. There's just no chance I'll ever not be a piece of shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, this guy sucks so much he won't even clean up his act.
Therapy.